Hi, welcome back. Today we got another baking session, or in this case, a cheesecake recipe. There's many cheesecake recipes out there, and yeah, some of them are very easy, you know, all those 2 ingredients, 3 ingredients, no baking, no cooking recipes, there's plenty of them. This cheesecake recipe is different. It's a bit more complicated, but it's also so much more delicious. This is a cheesecake I've been making for years and has been very, very successful. It's a mascarpone cheesecake with white chocolate and some pear on a base of Belgian speculoos biscuits, also known as biscoff. And then we're going to top it with a caramel. We're going to make a delicious trendy caramel, and instead of doing the sea salted caramel, we're going to do a miso caramel. So not only will we get the saltiness from the miso, but we're going to get an extra layer of umami flavor throughout our caramel. So let's do this. As always, you'll find the detailed recipe in the description below the video. I'm going to start by adding my biscuits to a Ziploc bag. Yeah, and then we can just bash them with an olive. Put my crumble in a bowl. And now I'm just going to stir through my melted butter. I'm going to put my cake mix in my tart ring or cake ring. If you don't have one of those cake rings, by all means you can use a cake tin. Just line it with greaseproof paper and it'll work as well. I'm just going to press it down with the back of a glass until it's uniform, and I got a nice strong base. Perfect. I'm going to set this in the fridge whilst we make the rest of our recipe. So now we're going to make our cheesecake filling. I'm going to start by heating up half of my double cream, close to boiling point. Whilst my cream is heating, I'm going to melt my Belgian white chocolate. You can use any white chocolate, but just make sure it's proper chocolate. I'm going to melt my white chocolate in the microwave in short bursts of 15 seconds so it doesn't burn. I just want it melted, not too hot. This recipe is a crossing between a cold set cheesecake and a French mousse. We're going to have all the nice richness of a cheesecake, but the light fluffiness of a French mousse. Okay, my white chocolate is melted. My cream is piping hot. You want it piping hot, you don't want it boiling. I'm going to add my egg yolks to my mixing bowl. And I'm going to slowly, while stirring, pour the hot cream on my egg yolks. Okay, that's my egg yolk and cream mixture. I'm going to put this aside now with my melted chocolate. Because first now we're going to whip up the egg whites. So for whipping the egg whites, I'm going to use a trick which somebody taught me a long time ago. It gives us a nice strong fluffy egg white, but without being it so heavy as an Italian meringue. So I'm going to take my sugar, I'm going to keep 1 spoon back to start whipping the egg white. And the rest of the sugar, I'm going to put it on some baking paper on a baking tray. So I'm going to spread this open. And I'm just going to put this for 2-3 minutes in a hot oven, a preheated hot oven, 180 Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit. Just a couple of minutes. I want to have the sugar very warm, but without it melting. Whilst my sugar is warming, I'm going to start whipping the egg whites. I'm going to add that 1 spoon of remaining sugar. You always need to put some sugar so it doesn't shift. Okay, my egg whites are halfway to stiff peak. So now I'm going to slow it down a bit and I'm going to add the warm sugar from the oven. And now you can whip it all the way. That's it. So I'm sure this is nice. Yeah, nice stiff peak egg whites. So my egg whites are ready. Now I'm going to prepare the other half of the mix first. So first I'm going to add my white chocolate to my egg yolk and cream mix. I'm going to give this a quick mix. I'm going to add the rest of my cream. And I'm going to add my mascarpone. And now we're going to give this a good mix in our mixer. We're going to whip this into a nice creamy mixture. To this mix I'm also going to add some vanilla paste. You can use vanilla extracts or vanilla seeds. This is a vanilla paste. That's it. And now I'm going to mix my mascarpone and chocolate base through my egg white. Just gently fold the two together. That's it. As soon as everything is mixed, stop. Now look at this. That is one light cheesecake mix. And last but not least, we're going to fold in my fresh pears. These are just 3 pears peeled, chunked. Just going to fold them in. I'm going to put my mix in my tart ring. Okay, we're just going to smoothen this out. If you haven't got a palette knife, just use the back of a spoon. We're just going to let this set now in the fridge whilst we make our caramel. So whilst my cheesecake is sitting in the fridge, I'm going to make my caramel. And for my caramel, I use muscuvado sugar. It already has those natural, delicious toffee and caramel flavors. And also I can make a dry caramel because there's already a lot of moisture in that sugar. So I'm just going to put my sugar in my saucepan. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes until the bottom of the sugar is very hot and starts melting. And then I'm going to stir it until we got our caramel. Whilst we melt the sugar into caramel, I'm going to heat my cream in the microwave. I want to have it quite hot, not necessarily boiling, because if I would add cold cream to my caramel, this whole thing would seize up and we'd have lumps. Okay, my sugar has started melting, so now I'm just going to stir it, because I don't want it to burn. I'm going to leave it for a few seconds. In the meantime, I'm going to dissolve my miso paste. I've got a teaspoon of miso paste and I'm going to dissolve it in my cream. Okay, my sugar is melting fast now. Okay, my sugar is all melted now. And now I'm just going to wait until it starts bubbling. And then I'm going to add my cream. That's it, my caramel is cooking. I'm going to give it another good mix. And now I'm going to switch off the heat. And I'm going to add my warm cream. This is quite a normal reaction. Just keep stirring, but be careful you don't burn yourself. And now I'm gonna add my pieces of butter. And once the butter is melted, our caramel is ready. That's it, our caramel is done. And if you do have any small lumps in it, just pass it through a fine sieve. Okay, my caramel has cooled down for 5 minutes and I'm just going to put it now onto our set cheesecake. Okay, all we need to do now is let the caramel sit in the fridge for 15-20 minutes. The cheesecake is ice cold, so it should set quite quickly, and then we can cut our cake. Okay, our caramel has set in the fridge with our cheesecake. Just gonna cut the ring loose. That's it. Okay. Let's slice a piece. And there you have it. Mascarpone and white chocolate cheesecake with pear and miso caramel. Thanks for watching and don't forget to click subscribe. See you next time.